Hello guys, Wahoo here, back in another video. This time around, as you can see, we do have a new update. Yes, and I haven't been posting a lot, I know, but there hasn't been a lot of things going on in Trove, but I am working on new build guides. Not that the old ones actually don't work anymore, but I've just a few additions, you know, with the star chart and stuff like that, because that's actually very much a part of the game right now, you know, so I wanted to add that as well to my build guides, and I think it was time to do so. It's 3 years since I did them, but not a lot has actually changed. You know, a few things has, but nothing major has happened. So I just wanted to rework them as well, make them like a little bit better and such, because I also got better at making videos and stuff. Like, not a lot, but a little bit, you know. Also a little bit also do count. And some people also might think they're out of date because they are quite old, but I always update my videos. If something happens, I will of course post, you know, on my YouTube channel if I was to stop making content at all, and I will probably also remove some of the videos and such because there's not need for them to be up if I'm not updating them anymore. But as long as I'm updating them, I'm making content for Trove, they are going to be updated at some point when something major happens with my videos. So you might already know that, but I just want to let you guys know, and not everybody sees all my videos, so maybe if this is the first video watching me, then you know that everything is going to be updated, or even more updated, I guess. Updated it, if that's a word, on of course the Discord, which is also linked in description. The patch notes for this one is also linked in description, so if you want to go read this, you can do so as well. But it's pretty funny because I actually asked on the Discord today, on the official Trove Discord, when we are gonna get an update, and we got an update today. So that's pretty funny because last year we got the same time, so I'm pretty sure that we were gonna get it at the same time, but we haven't heard much from the team as of late, and I'm pretty sure it's because Andrew and Adam is not very, they just want to develop the game. They don't really want to promote it. That's for other people to do, and I think James has moved on, unfortunately, from the team. I think he might have found something better. I at least hope that he has found something better. You know, we always wish the people the best here, so hopefully he has something better, and it's just doing amazing. And hopefully we'll get a copy of James, I guess, at some point, and we can get some more, you know, community stuff, because he did a lot of stuff, and I really appreciated what he did for the game, and we just need much more of that. It's okay if people can't go on the same level, but at least, you know, half of it. Better half of what he did than like what we have been having the last couple of months of information and such. So yeah, I've been kind of fishing for it on, you know, Twitter, also on the Discord, but we got the update now, so let's move into it. If you want to, of course, read all these, it's in the description as I said. So here we go, here is the patch notes, and we are getting a rework to the Gunslinger. Very surprising that was going to be, actually not super surprising, because there was something people have also been asking for, alongside with, like, I feel like maybe the Knight should have gotten one, of course, that's always a given, but I think they're holding off on that one. I think they're reworking more popular classes to kind of keep people interested in the game. So if they do like a Knight rework, people are going to be, yes, Knight rework, and then like 2 seconds after, it's like, okay, let me go back to my Gunslinger, right? But if people like, yeah, Gunslinger update, you know, and then it'll be like, it's not as cool as the Knight, but actually I'm going to play it some more now, and I'm going to go back to the Gunslinger to be my main. I don't think the Knight rework is going to add a lot of Knight mains, and the few Knight mains that might out there be not liking the update. So I'm gonna be loving the Knight update, but I think it's actually more interesting that they do a Gunslinger update, just because a lot of different reasons. But it's just, I think it's more beneficial for the game that we buff, or I wouldn't buff, but rework the classes that are played mostly, so people actually play the game instead of just saying, like I said, just like 2 seconds of, yay, Knight rework, we're not gonna play it anyway, so, but thank you so much, you know. So maybe that's why they did as they did. We are going to go into it. Of course, the PTS server is also up, so we'll go into seeing all these. But you can see from right here, the changes are not very huge and not crazy big. As you can see, the first passive, there's only one passive, but the passive is that you are in, of course, decrease your airtime, for falling speed, of course, as it always has been. But now there's a 20% chance that your next attack is going to be a charged attack. sniper shot, as they call it. So before it was just called charge shot. So I think, or maybe it actually still, I don't think it was called anything with sniper shot, but I do think it's cool that they're taking it more into like sort of a sniper shot, or sort of a sniper class-ish, instead of just being, I wouldn't say auto attack one, because of course they're still gonna auto attack, but just making it feel like more of a sniper type, you know, like a sniper thing, I think is this. But yeah, and then full shot with full power without the charging time. So we still have the charging, but now it's also called charging sniper shot, and then there's different stages to it down here. So it might be underwhelming to what we got all these, but again, we do have to have the what's it called? The identity of the gunslinger still has to be there. So if we got, for example, my guess is if we get a night rework, for example, right? So I got maybe it's better to explain like this, that the gunslinger, all abilities that it has is good. It just needs a little bit of tweaking here and there, right? That's also why people would be more exciting for a night rework, because all the knight's abilities really has to change, you know, because the play style of it is not there. And you could say the gunslinger is still, you can argue with a lot of abilities that some needed more than others. But the point is that if for a night rework, for example, you will probably see the double of these notes, right? You'll probably see the double because everything would be new, where these are just a little bit more changed, and that's also why people would be more hyped for the night rework, but just shorter, because people are not going to play it anyways. So getting back to this, of course you can read all of these, and also it increases the gunslinger's movement speed by 20 and attack speed by 25, allowing to fully run. So basically before, it did the same thing, so but now I think it's tweaked a little bit more. I think it's the speed is a little bit more, and I think the movement speed is a little bit up, but it is not crazy, but yeah. But now, as you can see here, the overcharge, the class gem now decreases it with 25%, 50 I was about to say. So you get down to 50% attack speed if you have this one, but also all your shots fired explodes with 400. So that's basically what it did before, but I think it just, I think that it now instead, like this one up here, the passive is gonna, that's what we had the class gem before. So this is gonna stay the same. And then this is going to be a separate explosion, basically. Maybe with the new, you know, the Solarian has an explosion thingy. So maybe this is going to be a nice thing combination with this. I might actually put it as a passive for the class. Now that I think about it, when I do my class, you know, for the gunslinger, I might put it in there as well. I know what Solarian, you know, passive or subclass works really well with the Dino Tamer, so that might also be something you want to look into. But I think, so the overcharge here is not going to interfere with this one. So basically they took they just did this one. They just kind of took it, the same idea that the Clash Gym had before, and then put it into some other explosion. And then it also put it in, and then they took the Clash Gym and put it into the passive. So these two things are gonna happen at the same time. So basically you're gonna, when you have your Clash Gym, you're gonna have this, you know, boom, 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 boom. And then this is gonna boom sometimes. So like every 5 shot or something like that. Not that, it's a 20%, so it's about every fifth shot, right? So it's be like boom, 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 and then the 5th shot, boom, really, like, right? So it's gonna be even more boom, boom on boom, right? And deal all this damage right here, 750 magic damage as well. I do want to say that these patch notes is a little bit shorter, but I just looked at the patch notes for last year, and it's exactly the same that we got last year. Not exactly, but we got a rework and we got some other stuff. The other ones are very huge, or very large in one area, and that's because we got a big meta change. And Adam did say that, oh sorry, Andrew said that he wanted to do it again, but it's not in here, so I'm pretty sure he's just comfortable by doing it now. They might wait another year because people got pretty upset, you know, with all that stuff. That's always what happens. So they might have just said, well, everything is actually in a pretty good state. We don't really need to change anything at all. Like, it's all good, you know. So the other patch notes are huge because they changed a lot of the classes. Also, some of the classes maybe also just was on par on each other, right? And also they knew that we're going to introduce the sunrise update, right? So they needed to have people do the same damage, you know, on all the different things and whatnot. But we're gonna see what the basic attacks, all the attacks and stuff like that is on PTS server. Then we got the hub merchant improvements. So this is just so you people can find better things in the shop and such. We will look for all of these on the PTS server, but it's not really like something you really have to look into, if that makes any sense. There's something with currency and stuff like that, but it's all compared to the store and stuff like that. So I think it's just easier to see things, and I think they're just making it more transparent instead of just opening up. I think they kind of want the hub to be the store, right? Instead of you just open it whatever you want. Of course, if that's something they're gonna keep, but they also kind of, I think they want to be the hub, like people actually visiting these merchants instead of just having a big display thing, but actually revisiting some people that actually have it. And it's like, oh, whoa, this guy's selling this and this is selling that, right? And just make it more interesting to go around to do that. I think that's the plan with it. So yeah. And then of course we got the additional updates. And if you didn't know, actually, you know, chocolate fish is actually gonna leave plasma fishing. There's a bug with Tuesday fishing. So sometimes when you got an extra fish, either if you had 20% fishing or 40% extra fish, those would be chocolate if you were in the in a plasma. If you were fishing in plasma, it would be chocolate. So that was actually a known bug that I was going to report, but I just hadn't gone around to it yet. And I thought it was just a mistake before, and I didn't really know what it was. But I recently started fishing again, and I experienced this, and I'm really happy that this is actually in there. So now it works properly with the getting extra plasma fish for plasma. That's just kind of significant because, you know, of the different things. Also, now people have an option to compost all and just compost all your trophies. Do careful with that if you want to save some trophies, but yeah, but still be able to specific quantities and costing and stuff like that. But just keep in mind that this will compost all of them, which is pretty nice because there's a lot of trophies. Also, they fixed the bug. I didn't know there was this, but Star Chart actually allowed them extra jumps in coin collection, and actually pretty cool. It's kind of sort of an Easter egg in a way, because we actually, the first PvP dragon we got actually also gave us 2 extra jumps. And that also worked in coin collection, and worked for a very, very long time actually, over multiple patches and stuff like that. But they apparently there was also one in the star chart. I haven't been looking into that. Maybe I should have hit that. I'm gonna check to see what that is in a little bit when I'm gonna hit the live servers and see if I actually get those extras. That would actually kind of be funny. But yeah, then the respawn command don't work anymore in Dead Elves, and also the step on tutorial asks player to use a bomb. That is weird, because that's not a bad that's not really a bad, you know, step, I would say. Maybe some people just get stuck on it. Maybe people do get stuck on that one. I wonder what they're gonna do with that. And then there's something very cool here, which is, of course, people who participate in too many AFK Bomber Rail matches will automatically block from playing Bomber Rail for a while. So I don't know how they actually are measuring this, or kind of recording people and first of all, how many is too many, right? Of AFK Bomber Rail matches, and of course will be blocked for a while. So that's good for the AFK things and stuff like that. But we'll see how many is too many, and how they are actually recording people doing these AFK ones. But it's good that it's gonna be disabled, so we can get like just a regular PvP match instead of have to kill off all the you know, AFKers in the Bomber Rail, and then we do the match basically. So, and sometimes you can actually get into one where everybody's AFK, and then of course you get number 1. That's not too bad, but it doesn't really. It's cool the first time, but then it's kind of like, you know, right? And then of course there is some objectives, and then there's multiple NPCs, minor blueprint fixes, and then there's some eggs, and then of course there's also some typos that are getting looked at in the star chart, of course, canned food, and also in the Sunderling Uplands. So yeah, this of course was the patch notes. Next video I'll be doing right now here. You can see that I also linked it somewhere, and also in the description is linked all that stuff if you want to just you know, want to see everything here in action, basically. Mostly we're just gonna look at the Gunslinger and gonna look a little bit on the hub as well. But that's it. So yeah, these were the patch notes. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm gonna give you guys the Gunslinger. I'm gonna go on the PTS server right now, so I'll see you guys in the next video if you're gonna eat, and if not, then hey, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!